And there we are. Welcome everyone then to game number 1 in the next series of the day, the third series of the day. Let's actually remove salts over here. There we are. And let's try to keep up. So we're just going to go 1x. Nicov playing with Byzantines towards the right hand side over here. Towards the southeast is going to have cheaper skirm, spear, camera rider units, extra HP on buildings from 10 to 40% depending on the age. For Town Watch, Town Patrol, a 33% discount to go up to the Imperial Age as well as a fire line unit bonus that is not relevant on a full land map, of course. Well, for the team bonus, he gets monks that heal units 100% faster. Vinchester playing towards the northwest with Hindustanis will get faster attacking camels. Cheaper villagers, increasingly so from 10 to 25% in increments of 5% per age. As well as extra armor on gunpowder units, and for the team bonus, extra damage from camels, light cavalry, and hussar units against buildings. So, let's take a look at the map generation. We don't want to fall behind too much over here. The players will be going up to the fuel age in a moment. Starting with Nicov's map generation, we'll see the blue players got the main goal in the back, which is absolutely fantastic. We have, there we go, the secondary goal forward. This is very exposed, and then the other secondary goal is going to be all the way to the right-hand side, so far away. For stone, we have the main stone on the right-hand side towards the north. We have for stone, for the secondary one, the left-hand side towards the north, the secondary one, right? But it's super exposed. So 4 out of 5 resources over here are certainly going to be super exposed. And then this one, the goal on the back, is absolutely fantastic. Could potentially go for something like this as well. And completely secure himself, potentially around the stone as well. But it's probably going to be a little bit of a safer wall, right? A little bit faster, something like this, just towards the TC. And it's fine. He's got the berries on the back still, which is fantastic. He's got the wool line. He's got the gold. He's gonna be okay. If we take a look at the map generation for Vinchester, on the other hand, well, the red player is going to be the one with the main goal forward. We have for the secondary goal, it's going to be on the left hand side. The other secondary goal is going to be on the right hand side on a hill. And then for the stone generation, we have the main stone on the right hand side. Secondary stone is going to be towards the southwest over here for Vinchester. So it's not quite as good. All resources over here are super exposed. All 5 resources, right? He does have the berries on the back, which is good. But if he decides to go for some walls, probably from here to here, and then just try to connect to the TC, he won't really be able to secure any resources. So we'll take a look at the vision from Nicov and see if he realizes about this, because it can make a big difference. He knows about the 4 goal. He's coming in with militias. And as we are making the transition to the fuel age, our Vinchester is going after the fuel age. We're still waiting for Nicov to be able to click up, guys. The predictions are open! And you have still 2 minutes and 20 seconds to predict who you think is going to win. Option 1, I would imagine Nicov. Option 2, Vinchester, but you're gonna have to take a look. I do not know for sure. And yeah, use your channel points. Get rich. Get rich. Eventually you'll be able to use those for something useful. Not yet, though. Regardless, the militias have not really been able to achieve too much from Nicov. However, the walls that he prompted from Vinchester are exactly the types of walls that I was talking about earlier, where it's not going to be possible for Vinchester to protect any resources with these walls. And if he spots the extra golds over here on the right hand side and then the one on the left hand side, he's going to realize just how precarious Vinchester's position is for resources. He's got to know, though, that at the very least one of the golds is going to be too far, because he's got vision, right? With the scout, he already saw the inside of Vinchester's base, and he knows there are no golds over here whatsoever. So if he's able to prevent collection from this one and this one, that puts him in a very good spot. However, Vinchester is going to be the first player in the fuel age. He's got a stable on the way, and he's going to start putting pressure with scouts. Meanwhile, Nicov, on the other hand, he is just going to play for fast castle over here. So already on 27 workers. You get an interesting mining camp over here. I guess it could be worse, of course, definitely, and it's fine. Miss map for Nicov? Yes, that is the case, Myslick. When are we going to get a mobile mod for AoE2? Mobile mod? Well, we have Battle Royale. I guess it's only a matter of time. Does anybody ever play Battle Royale? Do you guys ever play Battle Royale? Age of Empires? The new game mode came to great fanfare to the franchise, and then I don't really think anybody made use of it ever. Like, we had a tournament for it, and then that was about it. It's an interesting idea for casual games, for sure, but I guess for that you probably already have, like, CBA, for instance. I have 100% win rate. How many games have you played? Play once? Right. Good defense for Nicov. He's completely walled off. In the end, he connected the walls. He went for the safer walls that I was talking about, but instead of going towards the TC, he's actually gone in front of the TC and connected it, so it's fine. PLH is here now. Nicov. He's gonna be on his way to the castle H in Vinchester. Not even close, man. Not even close, and this is so good. Once Nicov gets to the castle H, he'll be in a fantastic position. He's got a stable coming up and a blacksmith, right? So he's gonna go up to the castle H, and we're gonna see scouts come up in the fuel H. He'll be able to upgrade those to light cavalry in the castle H, or alternatively, and I think I like this better, he goes for knights as soon as he gets to the castle H, sends some villagers forward, and we have a fantastic hail over here for the blue player to get a 4 siege workshop on, right? So he gets this. Then he starts putting some pressure, right? From here, denies this. And no gold. No gold for Vinchester whatsoever. Against Byzantines, no less, sorry. That'd be extremely catastrophic for the red player. There we go. Vinchester is getting close to having enough to go up himself, and he's gonna start going for walls around the goal. He's gotta do it, man. He's gotta do it. But even still, if Nicov gets to the castle, he starts going for knights and goes for the 4 siege workshop as I was suggesting. Unless Vinchester goes for a very, very unlikely wall, like very far in front of the gold, there would still be enough time for, or enough space rather, for the blue player to come forward and put some pressure over here, right? Beautiful, Castle Age is here. Just gonna try and get the villager. Oh man, that was close. That was close. I think we would have gotten it if he had committed to it. So he gets to the castle. He's gonna start going for camels. It's fine. He was under pressure by his scouts over here, so the camel's going to be enough for him to push him away. And extra TCs for Nicov. Yeah, and in the end, Vinchester will go for the walls kind of in front of the goal over there, but it's still not going to be enough to potentially protect this against siege. So Nicov had the opportunity to stripe Vinchester away from resources, but because he's got such a massive head start to the castle age, he decides instead to make a play for economy. I don't know if I like this again against Hindustan specifically too much. He's got some pressure coming up though. Second TC on the way for Vinchester. He kind of needs it. Vinchester is forced to play a particular game style because of the map generation that he got, the Nicov. Nicov had the option to punish this, but decided instead to go for the economy route, and so far it's actually worked out pretty well for him. He's got 6 extra workers, 7 extra workers right now, right? And until Vinchester manages to get a third DC up, Nicov should be able to still outproduce the red player for workers, right? So he's got all 3 DC queued up. Struggling to, but he does get the third DC queued up from time to time as well. Third DC is on the way now for Vinchester as well. Alright. Abu and Hindustan is ballsy. Yeah, I'm not too convinced about Nico's strategy over here. It's not just at booming, but it was not a very massive difference in uptime and the extra TCs. Like, sure, we had 10 extra workers over here, but this is going to start kind of washing off. The more villages we get for both these players, proportionally speaking, Nicov's lead, assuming that he's able to keep it at like 10 extra villages, is not really going to be that impressive against Vinchester once the players get to like 100 villagers each, right? And then because in the standards they say resources for every villager they go for, they kind of offset for some of the extra resources Nikov's extra villagers are going to be bringing in. And then in the Imperial Age, with the good economy, if you give in the standards enough space to work with, they're just so deadly, man. They're just so freaking strong. The camels, they are unstoppable. Once again, though, about the players, in my opinion, more so than about the civilizations. They are the ones playing the game, of course, and we'll see what we get. Nice defense. Nice conversion. There we go. Beautiful. Another conversion coming up. Cannot connect it for the time being. Nicov managed to get... I guess it's going to be somewhat even trades. The KD is 1-to-1, right? But Nicov was the only player getting a conversion, I guess. So it's a little bit better for him. Regardless, though, Vinchester is far from out of this game or anything. Stables on the way now for Vinch. There we go. No 4TC coming up for Nicov yet. Meanwhile, Vinchester, it's going for the 4TC right now. This is not the way to outboom the Hindustanis, though, is it? Yeah, I'm still not convinced about Nicov's strategy over here. Vinchester's got enough stone. He sends some villages forward, and he's going to drop a castle. And where is the castle going to be dropped? It's going to be on the right-hand side on the hill. There's actually a beautiful location over here. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, he doesn't know about the goal, unfortunately. So I think he's probably just going to get the... Okay. That's good. I was going to suggest getting the castle up on top of the hill, but... Yeah, he's going for the castle over here instead, closer to the walls. Nicov should have pushed. Completely agreed, Juan JD. 78. Handcards on the way from Mr. Vinchester. Yeah, and Nicov's still only a wheelbarrow, so... I'm not the biggest fan of this. No heavy plow for Nicov. Vinchester's going to catch up for the extra villagers for Nicov in just a moment with the 4 DC, so long as he can keep all 4 working. Are you Argentinian? Yes. Yes, sir. Pero yo, papá. Viendo el partido ayer, no pude terminar de transmitir las otras series. What you gonna do? Back to English, sorry. Just needed to prove. Provide evidence about it. Yeah, from this point onwards, Nicov's just going to... I just want to say that he's going to slowly die, but it's going to be a struggle for him. He's got the resources, but not the ability to go out to the MPLH. Wow! Juan! Thank you for the sub, man. Gracias, loco, por la suscripción. Very much appreciated. As always, I love the Prime subs. They're free for you. They give me Amazon's money. And after being ripped off by the company, I'll just take every penny that I can get out of them, honestly. So, thank you so much. Appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying so far. Guys, this is the third series of the day. We have 3 more to go after this one. There is a lot of action left today. If you would like to show your support, of course, you can be part of the ad squad and just support my stream with some ad watching in between games. You can always subscribe if you have Amazon Prime as well. You can subscribe for free to the channel as well. Once a month you get a free subscription on Twitch if you're our Prime user. It's always very much appreciated. And Nicov depends on Bombard. It will give him time to red for heavy camels. That is risky. It will give red time to go for heavy camels. Yeah. Yeah. Nicov's going up to the MPLH. Vinchester's going up to the MPLH. Not much later though. It's 1 minute and 37 seconds only that Vinchester is behind. Or Nicov going out to the MPLH, and as you said, Nicov needs to go for chemistry because he doesn't have a castle, so he won't be able to go for trebuchets. That is going to give Vinchester enough time to get to the MPLH and potentially make a play for heavy camels. Now we have Gulams coming up as well from Vinchester. Beautiful army composition. It's going to be so hard for Nicov to make anything work over here. The Gulam are going to take on any trash unit, and then the camels are going to take care of pretty much everything else. Once we get to heavy camels, potentially even Imperial camels, Vinchester gets kind of an unstoppable army. Nicov instead is going to try to get the raids going on the left-hand side, but he's getting raided himself though on the back of his base. The Gulam are coming over already. The quick walls coming out for Nicov will not provide protection for all his units, but the camels will, and he'll be able to hold on over here just fine. But this delays his push, and once again, Nicov's not able to take advantage of getting to the MPLH, right? He's going for chemistry right now. Vinchester's going to be in the MPLH before Nicov is able to even queue a single bombard cannon. Castle denied. Delayed, should we say. Yeah, and the military count is looking better for Nicov right now. Vinchester. I'm surprised he's not being trying to mass more camels while he makes the transition to the MPLH, because then he would have an army to actually upgrade, but now he's got 4 stables. None of them is producing anything. So what is the plan for Vinchester? He's gone for the castles, yes. Let's get into the MPLH. He'll be able to go for trebuchets. He's got to try and take care of this castle as well. He knows about it, so he should be going for a trebuchet, but he needs something to protect it with. And once again, the military count for Vinchester is very lackluster. White block printing for Nicov? Not really sure. I don't think he's expecting bombard cannons from Vinchester. But if he would be expecting bombard cannons, I guess that would make sense. Block printing and redemption, right? He should be able to defend against that. Otherwise, just against the camels probably. It's a very standard technology to go for once you get to the MPLH, but it's usually the case once you make a heavy commitment for monks. You are playing with monks being a key part of your army composition. We have 7 for Nicov, so it's not too bad. Let's see. Convergence. Nicov's not paying attention over here. Probably paying attention up in the north instead. Yeah, he's getting some decent trades over here, but still is not the best. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough for Nicov, not gonna lie. There's a single villager over here, 2 villagers, sorry, trying to repair the castle. Meanwhile, taking a look at Vinchester. Vinchester's actually on more villagers over here. He's got almost enough to offset for one of the trebuchets. Because we have 2 over here for Nicov, there's only 1 from Vinchester. Nicov is going to steal out. Actually, no, never mind, because the castle's on the hill for Vinchester. Yeah, Nicov cannot even take advantage of the extra trebuchet over here to get ahead. No, no, no. The turret goes down over there for Vinchester, so now Nicov is able to potentially take the castle down, regardless. And then on the right-hand side, we have the Gulam coming over, trying to get raids going. Castle crumbles over here. And this one should be crumbling in a moment as well. Only 1 castle left over here for Vinchester, and Nicov starting to push back. Nicov is starting to push back. The castle's on the way now for Vinchester as well. Unit technology got cancelled for Vinchester. Nicov's going for redemption now, so that combined with block printing is going to give his monks a fantastic conversion chance against bombard cannon units. But yeah, he's got to worry about this still. So if Vinchester's unique technology got cancelled, what was that? The Castle H1 or the Imperial H1? It seems to me like it should be the Imperial H1, given that he's going for a hand cannoneer. It's got to be Shatagni. I would imagine he probably had gone already for Grand Trunk Road. Yeah, Shatagni. Thank you. More raids from Vinchester. Still looking stronger compared to Nicov, but Nicov's getting a little bit of momentum over here with a higher military count. Does manage to take the castles down from Vinchester for the most part. He's taking the production buildings down from Vinchester as well, and here he comes with the trebuchets, the bombard cannons. He's got 3 trebs. 3 bombard cannons. The monks certainly putting some pressure, and I'm not really sure if Nicov, sorry, has researched theocracy. That is a very important upgrade as well if you're gonna be banking on monks quite a lot. Makes microing so much easier. Yeah, and the village account for Vinchester is a little bit too high right now. He's kind of overboomed. He's going for Hazard, but won't be able to get any units out, right? Meanwhile, Nikov's going to take significantly longer to get to 200 population, but if he does get there, his military is going to be so much larger compared to Vinchester. Four bombard cannons here from Nicov as well. Going after the stables and Vinchester. It's gonna keep on trying to get raids going with the Gulam. It's overchopped over there though, so he gets in. He's coming in with the units. The Gulam, the Golem. The Golems, they are going around, and I think it's open over here as well. So if he just gets past the TC, he's gonna try to break the house, right? So it's a little bit easier for him to come in. But if he gets past the TC, I think he can actually get to the very back of Nicov's base. Meanwhile, Nicov on the other hand, on the left-hand side, is trying to put pressure. Getting the castle down, and it seems like we are not going to have too many quick games between both these guys. Nice shots for Nicov. There we go. And the raids? The raids are a little bit slower than I thought it was going to be. Vinchester definitely needs to start paying attention to the Gulam over there a little bit more and try to come in. Nico's getting nice to defend himself, so it's gonna be fine, I guess. Anyway, the castle crumbles for Vinchester. He got another one on the left-hand side, so he's got 2 castles left. Can't really produce too many Gulam over here. If Nicov prevents Vinchester from getting to one of the units for his army composition, that puts him in a much better position, because now it's going to be easier for Nicov to just play around a single unit or 2 units only, right? So if he's going to have to play against camels alone, or camels and hand cannoneer, it's going to be easier than having to worry about the Gulam as well. Regardless though, Pressure's coming up. Trish is still up over here for Nicov, and he's got some momentum. He's getting close, guys. 200 population. About 30 away from it. Still higher in military count. And Vinchester still on 200 population with way too many villagers. Yeah, Nicov's production is not the best, mind you. That's cleans up though anyway. Keeps the trebuchets, keeps the bombard cannons alive. He is actually playing Byzantium as the pit boss in the Sianis. This is actually very similar to what you will see on in the Sianis arena mirror, for instance. Hand cannoneer, bombard cannons, for the most part. Back in the day when they were Indians and they were the Indian civilization, they had access to halberdier. You would see that halberdier, hand cannoneer, bombard cannon. Now that's no longer the case so much, but still. The hand cannoneer are strong. They are very strong. These might be often utilized to counter infantry units, but they do pack a punch. Each of these hand cannoneers is going to have 17 attack, so there's a very high amount of damage. They're just not the fastest attacking units. The cooldown is pretty big, right? The reload time is pretty big. But for each shot, they're going to deal so much damage. Once you get enough of these, you're going to be able to one-shot strong units, no problem. Nice, the Hussar going down though. The back of Nicov's base, and he's been, for the most part, able to stabilize, but he's not pushing anymore. His population is not anywhere near as high anymore in Vinchester. Vinchester is getting some counter momentum here. Would love to see the red player just send some villages around, man, and try to get more forward castles, probably lose some of the villagers. So he actually has space to keep on going for more military, but as is, with overpopulation over here for villages and everything, Vinchester is getting some momentum against Nicov. He's starting to get the push going. With Eldar on the very back, Nicov's losing a lot of villagers, even with the camels over here to defend himself with. Nicov struggles big time. The Eldar get past the castle easy. Now with the bombard cannon coming out from Vinchester, it's gonna start trying to take the defenses down from Nicov. And to be fair, the Bull player says he's got a single fortification over there with the castle, and then he's gonna be relying on TCs for the most part, which of course won't do anything against Hussar. So Vinchester seems like he's finally getting the momentum he needs to take game number 1. Getting close to it anyway. Yeah, it's not great for Nicov. It's not looking good. Vinchester starts going for some extra siege. He's got 3 trebuchets. Not really sure where the trebuchets are. He's got one on the right hand side, so he's gonna take the TCs down, right? And then he's got one forward. He's got another one on the way. And then he's got 2 bombard cannons. So very soon this castle's crumbling, no matter what. Nicov does not have the means to keep this castle up for very long. Only now! We see Nicov going for a heavy camel. Man, this is so late though. Vinchester. The thing about this though is also Vinchester could very easily go for heavy camels and be in a much better position himself because of getting better upgrades as Hindustanis. He gets bloodlines, for instance. Could potentially go for Imperial Camel as well, but this gas is going down anyway. And it doesn't seem to me as if Vinchester is even going to need a heavy camel, right? With the amount of hand cannoneer he's got. How many do we have for Nicov? Oh yeah, we have a lot more for Vinchester. Almost twice a hand cannoneer compared to Nicov. And that might actually be enough for him to clean up the camel units, the hand cannoneer over here, and just keep on momentum, right? There we go. Vinchester's moving on, takes the castle down, brings the bombard cannons, and we can see some big shots over here from Vinchester's siege onto the hand cannoneer. We will see indeed. The hand cannoneer getting completely wiped out from Nicov as Vinchester gets game number 1, forces the GG out of Nicov, and that's gonna be 1-0 for the Russian player over here. Let's go and take a look at the achievements. We'll see for military, a better KD for Vinchester, better than 1-1. For the economy, we have a stronger economy for Vinchester as well. It's going to end up collecting thousands of extra resources. Tens of thousands of extra resources. 30,506 extra resources for Vinchester this game. Absolutely magnificent. For society, we have a stronger worker villager. Villager max count, sorry, for Vinchester. He ended up losing about 32 this game. Well, Nicov ended up losing 112 villagers throughout the game. So, Vinchester, pretty good spot over here, 1-0 against Nicov. And you can't help but wonder, right? What would have happened? Oh, crap. NOBS is dying now. Okay. So, yeah, but what would have happened if, when going up to the Castle Age over here, right, about this point, if Nicov had just gone forward with military, right? With a 4 siege workshop over here. Imagine. Instead of triple TC play over here, trying to play for economy against Hindustani's was always rough. We'll play though regardless. Vinchester 1, Nicov 0. Let's go back. Game number 2 is here. Nicov's gonna be playing with Dravidians, which means he gets 200 additional wood upon reaching a new age. He gets also 25% faster attacking skirm and elephant archer type units. We're gonna see for Dravidians also a 50% discount on barracks upgrades, and for the team bonus, we'll see the Dravidians get 5 extra population support per each dock that they go for. Meanwhile, taking a look at Vinchester Civilization, the Koreans will provide free archer armor upgrades, free tower upgrades, 3x line of sight on villagers, as well as 20% faster working stone miners. In addition to that, they have a 20% discount on the wood cost of military units except for siege weapons. And for the team bonus, Koreans get 1 minimum range on mountains only. This is live, Silver Arrow, yes. This one is live. This is the 3rd set we are casting today. We have 6 sets total, so this is the 3rd one, and we still have 3 more to go after this, my lord. Attack already on the way for Nicov. And guys, we'll enable predictions for game number 2 as well. Option 1 is going to be Nicov. Option 2 is going to be Vinchester. And the predictions are open for 5 minutes right now, as of now. Will Villasacito start in 48 minutes regardless of how long Vinchester and Nicov takes? No, it's going to start in an hour and a half if Vinchester and Nicov are not done with it. So it's poised to start at 18 GMT, right? But if the previous series is still ongoing, there is a 45-minute kind of grace period that they are going to grant for the series. And then if this series keeps on going past 1845 GMT, then they are going to begin no matter what. So far, we've actually been able to somewhat stay on track, but yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult, especially between the 5th and the 6th series. That's going to be pretty difficult because there's only 1.5 hour difference between the starting time of both those. So yeah. So it's gonna be really late tonight. Sito, well, really late depends on where you are, right? If you do exclamation mark schedule, you're going to see the starting time for each say. So Sito's series is going to begin at most in an hour and a half. You know, at the latest. And yeah, we are going to have 2 series after that one as well, so it's going to be even later. Dal versus Hero, we're probably going to finish casting that one so freaking late. GNT +2. Right. Yeah. Okay. So that would be about Turkey, I think. East Europe, around there. Oh, Vienna about winter time. I see. All right. POH here ready for Nicov. Vinchester. It's gonna be there in a moment. He went up on one extra villager and one less fishing ship, so he's gonna be there a little bit later. That's one of the beauties about maps like this. Because you have the possibility of going for fishing ships as well, you can actually be a little bit greedier about your fuel time, and if you go for one extra fishing ship, you kind of compensate for the lack of a villager. But anyway, Nico's got the second dock already up. This is going to count as a house as well, remember? Gives him population space. And Vinchester's on 2 docks himself as well. He's going for galleys. And Nico's going for fire galleys. There we go. Fire galley is going over the left-hand side from Nicov, and he had 2 though. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to send everything through the left-hand side. He's got the scout though on the way. Is anybody going to try to go for some land units? Yes, Nicov will be the one to start going for archers, and then he'll try to transport those over and start doing some damage. Here we go. He's running to Vinchester's transport ship as well, so if he takes this one down, it's going to be harder for Vinchester to get out of his island. Interesting wood line for blue in the south. Oh, that there's a beautiful natural wall over here for him for sure. He's going for kind of like a beanie, like a kidney bean wall out. And so far, pretty uneventful. Nico's been going for fire galleys, not too heavily though. And Vinchester, on the other hand, he's been able to keep production of standard galleys going a little bit better. And this is because of Nico's land push, or eventual land push, right? So he's had to go for the archer range. He's had to go for the archers. That already offsets for the 200 extra wood that he gets upon reaching the next stage. So he struggles a little bit more to keep up with Navy, but he's going to be the only player putting aggression on land, putting pressure on land, right? And Vinchester, well, he's just been going for the walls anyway, so it's going to be pretty difficult for Nicov to find an opening over here. Nicov ended up losing the scout as well earlier. Around here somewhere. Let's actually take a look to Nicov's scouting information to see where he lost the scout. Yeah, somewhere around here. Somewhere around here he lost it. Probably underneath the TC. Or close to it. So he doesn't really know that Vinchester is completely walled over here. So he's gonna try to land the units over here, I would imagine. And then he's gonna try to come in, but he's going to be met by walls. So not the best. Yeah, not right under the TC, but around that area, probably close to the TC, perhaps. In the west. Yeah. So here comes Nicov. He's got 5 archers with bludgeon already, and this is huge. It's gonna do a lot of damage, my man, and I don't know if he'll be able to. Once again, because you take a look at the scouting information, he's got no idea about much of anything. So he's landing over here. Now you take a look at Vinchester's point of view. And he knows about the archers now. Let's take a look at the reaction from the red player. Not the best. Okay, there we go. Pulls the units out. The Nicov. Nikov's coming over now. He knows about the TC. And he's gonna roam around. It's gonna take some time, but Nicov should be able to go around the TC. And then go back over here. Around the back. And he's going around. Meanwhile, Vinchester's got skirmishers coming out. Second one's already on the way. Well, players very soon will be going out to the castle age. Nicov definitely the one over here in the driver's seat when it comes to land pressure. Meanwhile, in water. And water is going to be just Vinchester. With, for the most part, full galleys and then some fire galleys as a meat shield. It's going to end up getting full water control for the time being, that is. And here comes Nicov. He's got to be careful. Vinchester's got not only fletching, but he's got padded archer armor as well. So these skirmishers will take only 1 damage per shot from the archers. Nicov's got to be careful. He does get a villager, though. One of the archers goes down. He's going to try to just straight for villagers here. He knows he's getting cleaned up. So the best he can do is just try to get some kills over here. Try to prevent or delay the loss as much as possible. And that's going to result in 3 villagers going down as the archers eventually get cleaned up. Hey, welcome, Mr. E. Hi, welcome. Welcome back. Hope you're doing alright. Hope everything's going well. There we go. Huge water lead? Yes. Should be able to compensate for having lost the villagers by going for extra fishing ships once he is confident in his water control, and he should be. He should be. This dock's going down very soon. Nicov does not have any units garrisoned inside the other docks. The castle is coming out for both players at about the same time, so Nicov won't really even be able to make a play for War Galley without Vinchester being able to go for War Galley himself, and we're going to see the red player be the first one to go for it. Doing okay? Nothing significant enough to report? That's a good thing over here? Okay. That's great. Yeah, and the extra TCs come out for both these guys. Nicov's in a world of pain though. How does he get water back? And this is extremely important. This is a water map after all. Players are not connected by land whatsoever. So if you do not have some sort of water presence, you simply will not be able to keep on contesting the map at all. Contesting the game over here. Especially with all the resources available at the center, whoever gets water control over here is going to find themselves in a much better position. Vinchester? Well, Vinchester's looking good. I am wondering though if he'll be able to attend the event. I mean, he can try. I think... What was the issue for Vinchester for not being able to attend Red Bull? Was it the visa or was it the passport? Because I read somewhere that apparently the issue was the passport. I think I read in the tournament Discord server. Both these ships have water chunkers? Yes. Turtle ships for the Koreans. Yusadai for the Dravidians. Pressure from Vinchester? Well, I mean, some pressure. Coming on land, not too much. Definitely not anywhere near as effective as Nikov's pressure earlier. Yeah, now Nikov's kind of out of water, right? He's got just a back dock, but you can see that he's not going for any extra dock, so this one is eventually going down as well. What can we do, or what can Nicov do over here to potentially come back into the game? He's cooked in stone. I think that's the correct first step. Afterwards, he's gonna want to go for a castle to protect the shoreline. And I think a good location for the castle will be probably over here, or alternatively, over here. Or maybe even over here. The thing is, he's gotta try and protect as much of the shoreline as possible, so then he can go for a bunch of extra docks over here that are going to be under the protection of the castle, and then he can just try to come back on water like this. For the time being, I do like his focus on economy, and if he's able to keep ahead, stay ahead to keep the lead against Vinchester, then he'll be able to eventually make use of that. Try and come back on water. She will never see either of those. Yeah, probably not here. Probably not this game. Here we go. Yeah, somewhat lackluster. Shot over there. Reynold! Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome everyone. I hope you had a great stream. Hey Reynold. Were you streaming in English or Spanish? We're casting game number 2 of Vinchester versus Nicov as the 3rd series of the day out of 6. So we have 3 more to go after this one, and this is just in game number 2, so we are not even halfway through, and we are getting close to 5.5 hours of stream time, so do the math. Nice tower coming out for Vinchester. And this is some good pressure, yes. This will push Nicov away from the wood line. It's going to push. Yeah. Villages away from the goal as well. And he sees the tower, but remember that Vinchester, because of his civilization, he gets... This is a best of 5. Yes, and the civilization is going to provide him with free tower upgrades. En español. I was casting the community attorney and eager to watch, Nick Boy. Alright. Bienvenidos a todos los que estaban viendo la transmisión de Reinalda. Acá seguimos en inglés, pero más que bienvenidos, por supuesto. Good defense for Nicov. Nice reaction. Pretty swift. And Vinchester is going over to the center. Well, this is good. Ideally, Vinchester will want to get a castle up over here as opposed to a tower. And he's got the resources to go for it. Nicov is going for a defensive castle. Can I give you 2k 5 points for the Spanish stream? There's my dream to radio. Oh, thank you, Reina. Well, you got it. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe at some point we can do that. You can just see myself kind of embarrass myself, not knowing any of the technologies or many of the unit names in Spanish. But it's going to be for a lot more than 2k5. I can tell you that much. It's gonna be like a lot, probably like 100,000k or something like that. Not 100,000k, like 100k or 100,000. Can I give 250,000 points for the Dutch stream? I mean, I can try. I would have to have a dictionary on hand, and it would take me about a minute for each word. Vinchester Nobilistics? Nobilistics for Vinchester yet. Let's take a look to see if he's got a university. He doesn't have a university, so he can't really go for it. I don't think it matters at this point anyway too much. All he's got to do is just try and prevent Nicov from getting back to water. Nicov's yeah, going up to the Imperial Age earlier. Vinchester's not going to lag behind too much though. Before Nicov gets 50% of his way up to the Imperial Age, Vinchester should be about able to click up himself. He's got almost enough resources. He's missing the buildings though. Vinchester! He doesn't have a university. He doesn't have a siege workshop. He's got just a monastery, so he's got the resources and he needs the building. He realizes now. Where's the university? Where's the castle? Where's the building? Vinchester, my man, he's got a castle on the way. He's going to wait for the castle to finish building before going out to the Imperial. This is so late. This is so freaking late. Nice knives over there. The monks do not get a single conversion. This is not Nikov's day. Or not this game anyway for the conversions. Another one going down. A village going down as well. And the Imperial Age is here for Nicov. Vinchester gets the castle up and only then clicks out to the Imperial Age. This is so much later than it needed to be. You take a look at the resources from Vinchester. He would have been able to click up. And he would probably be 50% of his way up already at this point. Fast fire ship on the way for Nicov, and these units will be extremely strong against war galleys. However, he doesn't really have too many to work with, so Vinchester seems like he should be able to hold on still, as he's got about 10 war galleys and he's going for a bunch of extra fire ships himself. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of towers coming out for Vinchester. Still would probably have preferred for him to get the castle up, but the good thing about these towers, especially if he doesn't end up going for a heated shot, is that they provide greater coverage compared to a single castle. But they are not anywhere near as strong. And even with heated shot, it doesn't really affect the towers in the same way as the castle. The castle is still going to be significantly stronger, so I'm not 100% sure. Nicov seems like he's getting cleaned up over here in the end. Yes, sir. And Vinchester is still looking stronger for military. There we go. Heated shot is on the way for Vinchester. Oh, game paused. Who's pausing this? Vinchester says second. We need to wait. Sorry, go. Not yet. Hey, there we go. Oh, thank you, go. Thank you, 14. Oh, another pause. What? And Vinchester says second, sorry. Hotkey. Well, it was Vinchester who broke his keyboard during Warlords, wasn't it? There we go. Fantastic. Very, very well played by Vinchester over here. Manages to survive until the Imperial Age. And check this out! We have Tortugas! He's going for it! Guys, get hyped! Turtle ships are on the way from Vinchester. And Nicov. Well, Nico's going for Cannon Galleon. Not much anything else, though. There we go. We have Shipwreck. Shipwreck coming in for Vinchester as well. It's got also this one. How do you pronounce it? Option? Man, I need to learn how to say that. I always just dodge. Whenever I see the upgrade, I just say, oh yeah, it's the Castle Age upgrade. Yeah, and still Vinchester's looking so strong. Fast fire ships coming up for him. This got Bracer. He's got the turret ships over here, and he's got full water control. And Nico's got more military units out, yes. But Vinchester, now he's got arrow slits coming up. Still keeps the tower up, towers up over there, and with the turtles over here, that's certainly going to help quite a lot. No theories that I know, just fast fire ship over here for Nicov. in the end, Vinchester gets to clean Nicov up over there. We're gonna see the trebuchets go down on the shoreline as well. Hold on. Yeah, and Vinchester, I would once again definitely like to see Vinchester go for a castle at the center as well. That'd be so good. It's not necessary though, as Nico doesn't want to keep on going over here, even if the population is looking pretty similar for both these players. Nico realizes the momentum over here is favoring Vinchester and goes on to call the GG. I think he had enough resources still though to keep on going for a little bit longer, right? He had gold, he had wood, yes. But he was definitely on the back foot. The score is certainly telling a much different story compared to the population overall over here. But yeah, it is lagging a little bit. If you take a look at this, it's playing at 30 FPS, but then when I start kind of scrolling around, it seems to lag a little bit. This is because of OBS, and this is a bug that's been affecting OBS in the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, and I'm not really sure what that is. There's a beta version of OBS 29. I could try and use that one, but it's a significant upgrade because I need to also set up the scenes and install the extensions. And it's in beta, so I would prefer for it to come out first. So sorry about that. Not much I can do at this point in time, but hopefully you can still see the games. Better KD for Vinchester in the end is going to be about 4-3, not quite as high. And then for economy, we have a stronger economy for Vinchester, albeit by a very small margin, only about 1100 extra resources. We'll see also for society a stronger villager max count for Nicov, and that'll be about it, right? For the most part, so let's go back and wait for game number 3, but 2-0. Vinchester is looking stronger here. So game number 3 is here, guys. Vinchester versus Nicov playing in Ring of Reeds. And now it's working better. Definitely. Yeah, check this out. It's much smoother. And this is when OBS behaves as expected, right? So it's now taking 30% of GPU. That is all that OBS needs. 30% of GPU. When it bugs out, it goes up to 96%. Or sometimes it goes up to like 60%. So it's not what it needs, it's what it takes, and I do not know why it does that. I need to try and debug this. Maybe not debug it, but I need to try and pinpoint the source of the issue so that I can report the bug to either the developer of the add-on that is causing it, or to OBS, to the OBS team themselves. It's trying to emulate its inner crown, just eat all the memory. Memory is fine though, memory is okay, it's just the GPU, it uses all the GPU when it bugs out. For seemingly no reason. Sometimes we are in the middle of the game, like nothing is happening, and all of a sudden like OBS is going to start freaking out. I need more GPU. Guys, predictions are open. 4 minutes and 45 seconds still left for you to predict who you think is going to win game number 3. You know the drill. Channel points. Option 1, Nicov. Option 2, Vinchester. We haven't talked about civilizations too much. The game started a few moments ago, so we were trying to just catch up. And we have managed to do so by now. So, before the players get to the fuel age and get to start putting pressure against each other, let's take a look at that. Nicov playing with Saracens. We'll get cheaper markets to trade resources for cheaper. Get 10 extra HP on camel units. And then for the team bonus, foot archer units get 2 bonus damage against buildings, while Vinchester Civilization is going to get access to eco upgrades 1H earlier for a 40% foot discount. They also get access to the Cavalier upgrade and the Castle Age and a 50% discount on stable upgrades. 25% higher attack or extra damage rather on gunpowder units. And for the team bonus, relics generate food in addition to gold. And that's going to be about it. Interesting choice from Vinchester, pushing the deer. Yeah, well, I think some of the sheep over here that he should have found already got taken away by Nicov, so getting the deer over here is good. is going to give him some extra resources he wouldn't have gotten access to otherwise. This seems to be a lot more standard compared to what we saw in the previous instance of Ring of Reeds in this tournament, where the players are going to go back and start collecting some of the fish. Yeah. So far, predictions pretty one-sided in favor of Vinchester. You gotta wonder if anyone is going to favor Nicov in this matchup or not. Here we are. And the Field H is here for both these players, and Castle H is right on the way for Nicov. Yeah, predictions are looking a little bit better now. So what will we see? Burgundians are a very good civilization for late game situations. They have incredible monks. They have the Cavalier, the Paladin. Paladin upgrade is going to be cheaper as well for them. Remember, 50% cheaper stable upgrades. They have the possibility of potentially turning their villagers into military units with Flemish Revolution. And Nicov with Saracens over here is gonna have a fantastic civilization to put pressure with in the Castle Age for the most part. The Imperial Age is good for Saracens, it's not particularly excellent. They get some of the highest, you know, some of the strongest camels with the highest HP. And they get fully upgraded Arbalisters. Arbalisters and better than fully upgraded camels. That'll be about it. Knights do not really scale too well for Saracens. I guess they could potentially go for any range unit they want to, because they get fully upgraded archer ranges. That'll be about it. Vinchester should be on his way to the Castle Age, and there he goes. Nicov is getting to the Castle Age so much faster, though. He's not playing melee, but he's got a significant hit start to it compared to Nicov. Compared to Vinchester, rather. We have a 4 siege rickshaw coming up over here, so it's going to be... Is it going to be a smush? He's got a good amount of gold miners, so he can go for archers over here as well. And then he could potentially add some monks over here. The smush stands from Saracen Monk Rush originally, and then it kind of started being used, I believe, for siege and monk pushes in general, but let's see. Hey, Iron Chef. Jefe de Hierro. How are you doing? Nice pressure coming in from Nicov. Needs to get a crossman upgrade as well. That's going to make these guys better. Bulky arrow as well, ideally, so that he can range further into the base of Vinchester. Potentially even get the houses down as well with a bonus damage. He's going for it. He's going for the housing tactic over here. It's gonna take a bunch of houses though. Vinchester already has plenty of extra space. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright, Iron Chef. I hope you're doing alright as well. Nice pressure, still 2 mangonels. Yeah, and the tower's going down. The tower's going down 100%. This is huge. Vinchester's not going for guard tower over here. He's got blocking arrow, but the tower's going down. Here come the archers. He's gotta be careful. He realizes about the TC over there. Cannot really sit the archers underneath the tower, so he's gonna try and take this one down first. But this Magnus is actually taking a lot of HP losses, and it's gonna be very difficult for Nicov to keep both these Magnus up. He should be able to in the end. The tower's going down, and the villagers, bow! Get completely ejected. While on the right hand side, we have a little bit of pressure from Vinchester. When again, one of those situations where it's technically pressure, but it's not looking particularly threatening. Nice shot soul from Nicov Vinchester. When the worst possible plays, ended up losing the Magnus over there. My lord. Here we are. Nice shot from Vinchester. And beautiful shots for Vinchester. He finds the man over there he was looking for. Manages to defend himself. Manages to keep the lead as Nikov's pressure over here came at a cost. Came at a little bit of a cost, for sure. Nice shot over here though from Nicov. That is a big one. Instead of taking, I think, 3 villagers with a single shot, that was really good. He got 3 villagers over there. The single shot, fantastic. Freakita, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. How indeed. I hope you had a great stream, and I hope everybody coming from your stream also enjoyed it. We are in game number 3, already match point between Vinchester and Nicov. And the interesting thing is Nicov, by taking the villagers over there, barely brought Vinchester back to the same villager count he is on. And because Vinchester's got Bowsaw, right now he is looking stronger in terms of economy compared to Nicov, who doesn't have anything right now, not even double bit X. No wheelbarrow. Just going for town patrol right now as well, or town watch rather.
What's that? Hello?
Here we go. A nickname reminds me of a certain Finnish swear word awfully a lot. Isn't the Finnish word, doesn't it end with E? Doesn't it stand for devil?
What's that?
I didn't know that it was a swear word. Yeah, there we go. You went for it right away. I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if it was actually a swear word or not. So far, Vinchester has been able to defend himself really well. Let's take a look. Gather economy. Looking better for Nicov. So despite the fact that Vinchester was ahead in work count earlier, Nikov's pressure over here has prevented Vinchester from taking advantage of his technically stronger economy by having wheelbarrow and Bolso over here. Vinchester should be ahead, but he's not. Nicov now's got the castle coming up in front, and Vinchester's in a whirl of pain. Certainly gonna be hurting. Nice shot. Nice shot. Beautiful shot from Nicov over here, and Vinchester, He's on the back foot, guys. We might get a 4-game series over here. As Nicov was looking unstoppable, and while Vinchester was ahead in work account earlier, he did not manage to get anywhere near as much. Gather economy time as Nicov. And now the blue players got a fantastic amount of crossbows. Moving down the south over here towards Vinchester's base. Taking villages down, preventing a third TC from coming up, and potentially getting a bunch of extra villages over here. He's gotta be careful, of course. If he goes back, he could potentially even take the TC down with the crossbows. If he just sits the crossbows on the hill over there. TC goes down. Vinchester's gonna be left on 1 on the back. There we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. Once again though, why is Vinchester sending the villagers out into the open when he knew about the crosses over here? He probably thought that Nicov was trying to go around somewhere. And Nicov ends out taking a bunch of villagers down. Once again, and Vinchester finds himself at a 16 villager deficit. I honestly have no idea what Vinchester can do over here to come back. Nicov's momentum over here is so great that it's one of those situations again, right, where Vinchester doesn't really have anything that he can do, that he's got under his control, that's going to allow him to come back into the game, and he's going to be relying on Nicov kind of throwing the game a little bit, messing up, right? Well, Nicov's going for Mamelukes, so he cannot lose this game. We know that. He's going for Mamelukes, so there is no possible way for him to mess this game up. Nice shot. And here come the rocks. Another tower is going down. That's gonna be, I think, like the 3rd tower going down already to the Magnals. And Nicov's doing such a great job. He didn't even need to repair the Magnals over here because of how many he had. And now Vinchester's trying to defend. There's a good shot. Takes a villager and the Magnal down. And that is another good shot. 2 Magnals left over there for Nicov. And Vinchester, well, and it's going down now to the Mamelukes, and Nicov brings an additional Magnal over to go back up the 3 Magnals, so he should be able to take the TC down eventually, but ideally he's gonna be able to take care of the siege workshop over here to prevent Vinchester from sucker shotting him. Hey Shivagi, welcome. Welcome back. How's it going? The Mamelukes are here in Vinchester. He's got the hill advantage though. But that is not the right location to out-garrison this, then! It's gonna be able to hold on to the unit for the time being. Beautiful pressure for Nicov. Well done! Takes the Magnal down, and this is game over. With the TC going down over there, Vinchester doesn't really have the means to defend these villagers. And we have crossbows, we have Mamelukes over here for Nicov to take everything down. And Vinchester's got 19 villages around here, plus a bunch of extra villagers garrisoned inside the TC, so... Unfortunately for Nicov though, without ballistics he cannot actually take all of these villages down. But yeah, it's looking so good for him. Nicov even getting eco upgrades, crazy? Yeah. Absolutely. But there we go. We see now. Villagers go down to the Mamelukes, to the crossbows, and it's looking like pretty much game over. Vinchester's not called it yet. Managed to keep the TC up, but man, he's just in a world of pain. Second and third TCs are very far away, completely disconnected from the rest of his economy. So if he loses this TC, that's still going to represent the majority of his economy. But it's completely exposed over here, about half of his workers or so. Nicov has functioning economy behind this. It's GG unless Master throw on Nikov's part. Yeah. Yeah, it's been GG for a while, and Nikov's struggling over here to shut Vinchester down, but it's only a matter of time. Nicov might get shut down over here once or twice, but eventually he's always going to keep on coming with a stronger and stronger push each time, so it seems like it's only a matter of time. It's got a 30C on the way, 40C on the way even, Nicov, so it's going to get even stronger right now compared to Vinchester. You have to remember it's Nikov's economy. Well, Nikov's done such a great job. He's actually managed to offset for that, and it doesn't matter if it's Nicov economy. He's managed to make Vinchester's economy even lower than that. So, well played. Tower comes up. Vinchester gets pushed away from this bull line. Nicov could try and go for the tower on the right hand side as well, potentially. And it doesn't really matter though. Vinchester's economy over here is just so inefficient. At least get Bakken. Yeah, that would certainly help. With Bakken arrow, he already outranges the TC. Without Bakken arrow, he can't. So if he got Bakken arrow, he could potentially just sit with the archers on top of the hill and just try to force Vinchester into repairing the TC, for instance. University's coming up, and hey, Nico's going for ballistic soon. If he had gotten it a few minutes earlier, he would have been able to get so many villages down after pushing the villages away from the TC. Good unit control. Still no ballistics though. Still no Bakken arrow. Still no wheelbarrow. He's going for it now. Nice. The castle's coming up for Nicov now. Right next to Vinchester's second TC on the left hand side. And the Mamelukes taking the magnet down. Well done. Oh, that was so close. I thought he was going to get it. He didn't get it. Alright. And there we go. The castle comes up. So that TC probably gone very soon. Down the south, Nicov's not putting any pressure over here anymore, and Vinchester's been just kind of sneaking around the map, right? He's got some economy on the right hand side, although Nicov's realizing about this. He was trying to go for an outpost. Now he will know about it. He knows about the left hand side as well, so it seems like it's only a matter of time until Nicov either goes up to the Imperial Age, drives the castle down over here, and with the Tress he's gonna have enough siege to take the TCs down pretty easily as well. Yeah, or something else. There we go. PLH sound away for Vinchester and Nicov. How is Nicov losing to the Imperial Age over here? I don't think it's going to matter too much though. What can Vinchester realistically do? He's got Castilla coming out. What is that going to do for him? He'll be able to take Manos down pretty easily, yes. But he won't be able to go forward. He won't be able to raid. Nicov's got good defenses back home with the TCs. The monastery. Right? Plus he's the one putting pressure right now, so Vinchester's gonna be confined to kind of playing defensively over here. Going for 200 villagers, he thinks it's Burgundians. Burgundian Mamelukes are my favorite unit, by the way. Nice shot. Yeah, and the Castilla doing some good damage over here. It would take nothing short of a miracle for Vinchester to come back into this one. Nicov is significantly later to the Imperial Age, but he is on his way now. And it doesn't seem to matter too much that Vinchester's going up earlier because it's got a single castle over here. I mean, he'll be able to go for trebuchets. He'll probably end up taking the castle down over here from Nicov because of the hill advantage as well. Well, Nicov's got extra castles over here, so he can go for double trebuchet production. Should be able to offset for that. Potentially take this down, potentially take the TCs down. Keep on roaming around, keep on trying to raid. He will need something though against Coustier. I like the idea for monks, but he's not really going for it too much. And Imperial Age is here, guys, for Vinchester. There we are. Extra was coming out for Nicov, so it's going to be Hazard once he gets there. Oof! Asherman, I think you might be experiencing some severe delay. Nicov's 1 minute away from the Imperial Lich. You're probably going to get this message in a minute and a half or something. You might want to refresh the stream. Oh, you're on time. Okay. Well, Nikov's getting there. Oh, right. I misread you. My bad. Yeah. Nicov can go almost to Imperial again. Yeah, with the resources he's got. Yeah, he can almost pay for the Imperial Age over again. You're correct. My bad. Yep. Vinchester calls the GG soon as Nicov gets to the Imperial Age. So it's going to be 2-1. And once again, there are technically 42 minutes left before the next series begins, no matter what. So if this goes to a 5th game, for instance, we're probably going to either end up missing the first game of the next series, or we are going to jump into it pretty late. For military, we see a stronger KD over here for Nicov. Not by a lot, though, and you would probably expect it to be a little bit better for him, considering just how far ahead he was. He did end up collecting, though, a lot of extra resources, about 12,000 extra resources for society. A much higher villager max count for Nicov. Ended up losing about 12 villagers over here, while Vinchester ended up losing about 31 himself. That'll be about it, so let's go back. And there we are. So game number 4, match point over here. Of course, Nicov playing with Berbers and Vinchester playing with Mongols. Well, this is going to leave Vinchester with Tatars and Bengalis hoping for, if I'm not mistaken, for Land Madness, right? Well, Nicov on the other hand's got Aztecs. I don't think we're going to see Aztecs in Land Madness. And then what is the other one that he's got? What was the other one for Nicov? Didn't actually recall, but... Oh, wait. Wasn't Nicov... I think it was Nicov who had Tatars, right? So Vinchester is going to... Without Mongols over here... Yeah. Nicov had Tatars. So Vinchester is going to have Aztecs and Bengalis left for Land Madness. Nicov, on the other hand, is the one who's going to have Tatars. And I don't remember what the other civilization was, but... That's probably going to be the one. Anyway... If we take a look at the civilizations over here for both these guys, as the predictions open for 4.5 minutes, you'll be able to play the prediction contest over here. Option 1, Nicov, option 2, Vinchester. You can use your channel points. But taking a look at the civilizations, Nicov's got Berbers, which means 15 and 20% cheaper stable units in the castle than Imperial Ages. In addition to that, we have for Berbers 10% faster moving villagers. For the team bonus, access to Janitor. And Vinchester, on the other hand, playing with Mongols, is going to have 40% faster working hunters. He's already pushing deer, and I think this is going to be the last one, the very last one. On top of that, he gets 30% extra HP on Light Cavalry, Hussar, and Step Lancerland units. As well as 25% faster attacking... Wait. Yeah, 25% faster attacking Cavalry Archer type units, and for the team bonus... they had 2 extra line of sight on scout line units, so there's a little bit of a stubborn deer, but he's got it. Let's take a look at the map generation. Hey, Kundis. Hi, hi. If we take a look at the bull player, we're gonna see that he's got 1 goal on the back, so this is already huge. This is really good. And then he's got this stone in the back as well. And he's already going for the walls towards the TC, and this is going to keep him super safe. This is really good. And take a look at this bull line, though, extremely safe. Meanwhile, for the rest of the resources, we're gonna have the stone over here on the left-hand side. We're gonna have the gold over here on the left-hand side as well. And taking a look at the map generation for Vinchester, on the other hand, we'll see that the red player, he's got the main goal on the back as well. So it's pretty consistent, I would say, pretty fair generation. He's got the stone on the left-hand side, but he's got the secondary stone on the right-hand side, and this is a little bit better for him. Because if he gets some walls up like this as well, and then something like this, he'll be able to defend the gold, he'll be able to defend both stones, and he's going to be able to even defend 3 different wall lines over here. So I think I'm liking Vinchester's map over here a little bit better, just because he's closer to the corner. Or maybe not so much closer to the corner, as much as the map generation actually allows him to wall the full corner. Meanwhile, Nicov, on the other hand, if he was... If the wall line over here had spawned in such a way that he would be able to also wall to both edges of the map, then that would have been great, but... Fair in Vinchester's map just a little bit. Both players are chilling now. Vinchester gets to the fuel H though. Is going to be the first player to start to put pressure. There we are. Scout's coming out. He knows though, and Nicov's not taking any chances here. He's going for the wall actually. In front of the TC, he's connecting the wall, so it's not possible for Vinchester to even try and sneak with scouts. So these are going to be kind of wasted resources. Interesting, Nicov's just going to try and make a play over here for a fast castle, and that is going to put him in a good position to try and play for economy over here. Now, what is the problem with this? Going for a fast castle over here, well, it might put you in a much better position in terms of economy in the long term, although that is a very nice villager's knife and first blood in the game before Vinchester. But while playing for economy over here is going to put you in a better spot in the later stages of the game, you're going to have a lot to upset for, because your opponent's going to be the only player with military units out in the open. They're going to prevent you coming out of your base, and Vinchester could potentially go for like a castle or TCs over here at the center, just try to get control of all the gold, and Nicov wouldn't really be able to do anything to prevent that, because he would be just sitting behind the walls trying to play for economy. Does Nicov have enough food for fast castle though? Yeah, it's gonna be fine. He's gonna go for a market. A blacksmith. He's gonna have to use the market a little bit, but he's gonna be there. Nice snipe over there. Nicov's going to clean. Then just a scout up. Beautiful. There we go. The market's coming up. He already managed to get the blacksmith up. Went with a single villager though, but he's able to go up to the castle H right away. Sold some of the stone that he's been collecting. And he's gonna be on his way out. Meanwhile, Vinchester's actually not really lagging too far behind. After going for the 2 scouts he's gone for, he's tried to prioritize going out to the castle H, so that's going to result in him going up second compared to Nicov, yes. But nevertheless, in a little bit of a better position in terms of map control, map presence, right? And the lead is going to be of a minute or so for Nicov. Difference is the castle that Nicov gets. Yeah, but the thing is, will he be able to make use of this castle to contest the center gold? Because he doesn't have any military units out. Or is he going to go for a defensive one over here on top of the hill, for instance, and then try to pick it from there? Technically, Nicov civilization counters Vinchester civilization. He's got cheaper units to go for. So from the stable, he's going to be getting access to cheaper camels, which should be able to counter basically any cavalry unit, right? Melee cavalry unit. And then, if Vinchester decides to go for either Mangodai or cavalry archer units, Nicov's got camel archers, which are a perfect counter to cavalry archer type units. No wonder Mongols never pushed into Africa. They were scared of Berbers. Yeah. Learning history with Age of Empires, of course. And as expected, Nicov is going for the extra TCs. This is going to delay his castle, of course. And Vinchester, on the other hand, Vinchester is not really being collecting stone whatsoever, so won't be able to go for any castles. Could potentially go for extra TCs, mind you, as well. We'll find out in about 15 seconds where he's going to go for those. He could go for one over here right next to the stone, right next to the goal, probably around here, right? One next to the stone over there as well, that'll be good. He doesn't really have the wood though to go for it just yet. Yeah, Vinchester's just trying to get some houses up over here to prevent Nicov from getting to the center. If he gets a few of those houses up, he doesn't really leave any empty space for Nicov to go for a castle or extra TCs. So, second TC is gonna be up for Vinchester. Nicov's already managed to get a 2-worker lead over Vinchester, and the third TC for the red player should be coming up at a moment. He's got almost enough wood for it. There we go. Where is it coming up? He's probably trying to figure it out. He's going to go for it at the center though. Okay. With a single villager. Oh man, you gotta love Vinchester. So he will get center control for the time being, but obviously it's not going to be too strong. And Nicov very soon is gonna be able to go for a castle himself, and he's gonna be kind of confined to going for a defensive one because of the Keshik. Sorry for the, not Keshiks, the Step Lancers from Vinchester. Out in the open, make it pretty much impossible for Nicov to go out and try to collect or to get the castle at the center at all. Steppies! Yes. There we go. The castle's coming up defensively for Nicov. Yeah, there's no way for him to get out of here, and Vinchester's collecting some stone, but with only 2 villages. Okay, there we go. Now he sends a few extra villas. It seems like he's gonna be thinking of going for a castle at the center himself at some point, but right now, Nicov is kind of cornered. His economy is not quite as efficient, despite the fact that he's got extra villagers, because how much reaction Vinchester's push is causing over here for the bull player. And as a matter of fact, if we take a look at the gather economy time, it's about the same for both these guys. It's neck and neck. 3 extra minutes for Nicov, barely. Despite the fact that he's right now on 9 extra workers. There we go. Beautiful, and the siege workshop is coming up now for Vinchester as well. So he's in a good spot. More military units right now, more map presence compared to Nicov. Nicov, on the other hand, has got a stronger economy, mind you. One thing that I really like about the Step Lancers is how they can attack on double lines over here. So the house is going down, and here come the Step Lancers, and Nicov's got no defenses, only 3 Camel Archers only. It's not enough. And the Step Lancers end up getting pushed away. These are not the tankiest units for Pier's armor. So just gotta be careful, especially with the castle over here, right? This kind of makes a circle of death between the castle and TCs over here. You do not really want to step on any of the overlaid areas here, but he's still putting some pressure though and making Nikov's economy very inefficient. And this is the name of the game for Vinchester. He knows Nikov's playing for economy over here. He knows he's been going for extra villages and he's probably ahead in work account, but if he can keep just making the economy over here very inefficient, then Nicov is unable to pull ahead, right? Still, only 4 minutes of extra gathered economy time for Nicov despite the very substantial villager lead. And check this out. That is another farm. Every farm going down, that's 60 resources down the drain. There we go. Yeah, not even fletching for these Camel Archers. Are Steppies weak versus arrows and or camels? The Step Lancers are actually pretty strong against archer type units if you are taking an engagement around the choke point because they can attack from more than one line at a time. And against camels they die. Yeah. More often than not they would die. I guess the only situation in which they would be able to come out on top of camels is once again if you're like finding a choke and you're actually able to attack with more than one row of Step Lancers at a time against like a smaller amount of camels. But in that moment you are kind of like playing the Step Lancers as if they were archers, I guess. This is where Nicov starts to get a huge advantage. Let's see. He's got enough stone to go for a castle now. He's going out, trying to see where to get the castle. He's gonna try to go for it. And we have a Mangonel over here though. Doesn't have enough range now. He's going to target the castle. And here come the Step Lancers though. Vinchester's gotta be careful. He's got the hill advantage for sure. But he's gonna struggle. The Step Lancers over here are not great in numbers. Nicov's units right now are getting to a good enough amount that he'll be able to take on the Step Lancers over here pretty easily. These Camel Archers are like stronger versions of Cavalry Archers, standard Cavalry Archers. So even though Berbers do not get the best Cavalry Archer units, they do get stronger versions of those with a Camel Archer. So once you get to like 15, 20 of these, that's going to become very hard to counter. They are very strong. There we are. Yeah, Nico's walking away as now Vinchester is not only with 2 castles at the center, but he's on his way to the Imperial Age. Nico's gonna use the market to try and go up ASAP, but Vinchester's cat and beat. Plus, with double castles over here, you should be able to take the castle down from Nicov at the center. This is really rough for the bull player. If Vinchester takes the castle down over here, then Nicov's gonna be left on only 1 castle to produce Camel Archers from, and Vinchester is going to have the trebuchets to go and take the castle with as well. So we'll see. University coming up now for Vinchester for the extra walls. He's paying attention. He realizes the bath is being open. Nice. Another blacksmith coming up over here just for extra walls. He already had one. And another university coming up over here just for extra walls as well. How is that your first time, chat? And Lakash, I saw you earlier. As Mongols, do you go for Arbalesters plus Hussar? As Mongols? Arbalesters Hussar? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Nicov should be able to counter that with stable units. Hussar Siege? Third time first chat? Is that bugged out? Because I saw you here earlier. Oh, I have a different account in my phone for some reason. Oh, I see, I see. But it's the same username. That is so weird from Twitch. Anyway, Brilliant just here as expected. Vinchester's going for the trebuchets right away. He's got Mangodite coming out and the Step Lancers. And the interesting thing over here is that by using the Step Lancers as a meat shield, he can forces Nicov to use the Camel Archers to take the Step Lancers down, so he can actually do some damage with the Mangodite. But if Nicov decides to ignore the Step Lancers and try to target the Mangodite, then of course the Step Lancers are able to get some good damage. So good unit control over here. Vinchester might be onto something. We'll see. Good pressure. Third trebuchet out over here, Nicov. Nikov's got the first trebuchet coming out of this castle. Another one coming out of this one. Technically the first one on the right hand side castle, but still. Two trebuchets coming out, and this castle's going down before he's able to get a second treb out from it. Yeah, and this is fantastic. This is fantastic for Vinchester. There we go, the castle's down. And Nicov needs to come over to the center as well and keep on fighting. There's a huge issue, and that's the fact that the starting goal for each player, and by the way, the beautiful raid, Vinchester gets a village down over there, ends up pushing a lot of villages away from Nicov once again. So the starting goal in this game is so small for the players that Nicov has already run out of it over here. And he's got this one. This is the secondary goal that Nicov's got available. And it's only got 1,000 gold left in it. So, Vinchester, if he holds on to the hill over here, he's got 3 castles, a siege workshop, and this is what I was talking about and why I was so concerned about Nicov, despite the fact that he was getting ahead in economy. If he's unable to contest the center, you do not really have a whole lot of gold to work with over here. And because of the hill, it's going to be significantly harder to push an opponent who is already established at the center than it is to claim center control if you are there first. So Nicov right now, he kind of like needs a lot of extra resources just to push Vinchester away and get access to the extra gold that he needs. And with only 1,000 gold left over here, I'm not really sure if he's got enough. Because we are going to find out. The Camel Archers are still in great numbers for Nicov, so there is no ruling the blue player out. Yeah, Bloodlines is absolutely necessary for Nicov. This is not a good engagement though! Nicov, despite fighting against Mangodite, is fighting uphill without Bloodlines. Meanwhile, Vinchester already has the extra HP. It's going after the castle right now, and because Nicov once again is only on 2 castles over here, very soon to be on 1 by the looks of it, won't really be able to replenish his military. How much gold do we have left over here? 300 gold left for Nicov. And then he's toast. Could potentially go for Janitors, yes. But that's going to die pretty easily to anything that isn't like archer type unit. There we go, the castle crumbles. The trebuchets crumble over there. Vinchester is going after the trebuchets, and man, that is 1,200 resources! The Nicov cannot really afford to replenish. Yeah. Despite the fact that the blue player is ahead of military and in worker count, Vinchester is actually looking better. More trebuchets coming out over here for Vinchester as well, so this castle should be going down as well. What does Nicov do? He's gonna try to go for the counter raid. This doesn't do anything though. If he takes villagers down over here, it doesn't matter. Vinchester already has a center control. He's got a TC over here. Should be able to replenish villagers. The problem for Nicov is that if he loses the castles, he cannot really replenish his military. So I guess he's just trying to get something done with whatever he's got right now, but it doesn't seem like it's good enough. This must be so infuriating. You know, in a way, I guess so. Nicov's got technically the counter save. He's got the counter pick against Vinchester. But once again, you see, and we talked about this before, it's so much about the players. They can make up for a poor matchup in Vinchester by getting control of the map, by going over the center, by prioritizing it, taking the castles down from Nicov. Finds himself in a better position, right? With Mongols against Berbers. Castle goes down and Nicov cannot go for a... you know, Camel Archers anymore. He started to go for Genitor, yeah. Probably is going to work against the Mangudai, but now Vinchester is starting to go for Step Lancers and the Genitors are going to absolutely crumble against those units. It is a big raid. It looks big. There are a lot of units over here, but I don't think Nikov's actually managed to get too much damage over here. How many villagers? Okay, 10 villagers. That is not bad. It's respectable. He might be able to get some more. But once again, right, Vinchester can replenish these villagers. Nicov cannot really replenish the castles. He cannot really replenish the Camel Archers. So now from this point, the Vinchester is able to get a few extra Step Lancers out. Comes in and swoops these units up. He should be in a good spot. And he's bringing the Step Lancers on the back end. This is what I was talking about. So good. We still have some Camel Archers over here in the mix though, so the Step Lancers are not going to suffice just yet. Vinchester's gotta respect the units. The Camel Archers over here are the whole reason. Vinchester couldn't clean that up. But over here, yeah, Vinchester's got a stronger military count. He's gotta start sending the Step Lancers against the Genitors, and he is. There we go. And then on the right hand side, now Vinchester is going for the raids himself. And take a look at that, villagers going down as well. So a lot of villagers over here crumbling also for the bull player. Nobody is coming out unscratched over here. Everybody's going to have a scuff at the very least. And yeah, well, Nicov knows he can't really do too much with these units. He's just going to sit over there on top of the hill, and that's going to be about it. Meanwhile, Vinchester, well, Vinchester is very soon going to recuperate the villagers he lost. So long as he's got access to gold over here, he should on paper have a stronger army, as being the only player with access to gold units. Are these elite, by the way? These are standard Step Lancers. Nicov's pushing Vinchester away. Maybe not a misplay. Janitor's working well. It's working for the time being. Vinchester, I still think, should be able to counter that without too many issues. He just needs a few extra units, and he was not pushing forward anymore because he wanted to clean this up on the back. So there we go. Now the Mangudai, the Step Lancers take the Genitor, take the Camel Archers over here, and from this point onwards, then Vinchester turns around, goes forward, and starts using these units to put some pressure once again. So long as he's able to hold on to the center and prevents Nicov from getting access to goal, it's fine. I feel like Vinchester should be okay. Are the Genitors elite? Good question. These are not. There we go. Step Lancers coming up. The wall's coming up now from Vinchester as well. There we are. Yeah, you see, against anything that isn't the Cavalry Archer or an Archer type unit, the Genitors do not really want to take the engagement, so they are just going to bail. Wait, how on earth is Nicov coming back again on the same hill Vinchester just pushed him away from? Vinchester took so much time to get the walls up on the right hand side, and he left the left hand side completely open. Oh man, that's gotta be frustrating for Vinchester for sure. He's catching up though in population overall. He was behind compared to Nicov in a few minutes ago, and now he's starting to catch up. That's good. And there we go. Nikov's bringing the Step Lancers. This time around, elite Step Lancers against standard Genitors. Yeah, and you take a look at that. Beautiful. Left hand side. Vinchester won't let the units in anymore. Yeah, he's gone for a gate. Beautiful. Yeah, if he's gonna be committed to Janitor, he does need to go for the elite upgrade for sure. And Vinchester, I wonder if making a play for camels over here would actually work better than just Step Lancers and Mangudai. He's getting countered with the Mango Die by Step Lancers, and now we have Light Cavalry coming up, right? And very soon Nicov could potentially go for Hussar. Nicov's got one castle. He's got Elite Genitor on the way now, finally. I'm not really sure what the difference is between Standard Genitor and Elite. Let me take a look. 30 seconds left, so he's got 3 base attack, 0 and 4 base armor, 4 range. Okay. Okay. 3044 and 70 HP. Alright, so he gets 5 extra HP, 1 extra attack. That's it. 5 extra HP and 1 extra attack, right? I'm not really sure the attack speed changes. Or the accuracy, perhaps? Maybe a little bit more accurate. Oh, extra bonus damage. That makes sense. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Vinchester still has 1 trebuchet over here. Not a whole lot, though. So he's got to be careful. There we go, and the Mangodai, they don't want to take the engagement against the Janitor over there. Is trying to bring the Step Lancers forward. And here they come. Trying to get the Saran going against the Janitor over there. We're going to have then the Mangodai taking care of the right cavalry, and that is not even close. And this is the exact opposite of how Nicov wants to take the engagement and goes. Vinchester is going to clean Nicov's units up over here. But it's also going to stay on 200 population. Meanwhile, Nicov's on 159 right now. It's gonna try for dear life to get a hold of the center over here, trying to get the castle down. However, Vinchester's bringing the units back forward, and there's a very strong army to work with. That was a terrible engagement for Nicov, yes. But it doesn't seem like he can get much better than this, right? He's got the same army composition over here that he just lost forward. So what can he do differently over here than just trying to get a better matchup, right? And trying to actually use the light cavalry against the... But honestly though, even using the light cavalry against the Step Lancer is going to be kind of suicidal too. Remember, these guys get extra HP for Mongol, so is there anything that Nicov can do over here? This is the biggest engagement that we see in the game so far, and this is going to the fight who comes out on top, and with the trebuchets going down, once again, 1,200 resources down the drain. For Nicov over there, losing the trebuchets, losing resources he cannot afford to lose. 65 gold for Nicov. How does he ever go for trebuchets once again? I'm very much in favor of Vinchester as well, and this is an uphill fight as well, both literally and figuratively. The extra trebuchets coming up for Vinchester, which he shouldn't struggle to afford, given he's got 34 gold minus, right? It's going to take the castles down over here and push Nicov down once again, and 200 population for the red player. Nicov, at the very least, he's got access to stone somewhat, but it seems like Vinchester's heading that direction himself. He's going to realize about this. Wooden bar can be better. Perhaps you have the mobility, so they are not anchored to the floor when you are attacking, but then at the same time they are pricier. They are more expensive, so if you lose your bombard cannon, it's going to be more of a loss. So I don't think there is a perfect solution over here, unfortunately, for Nicov, and that's already one castle going down. He still keeps 3 trebuchets up over here, should be able to take this castle down as well. It's got the hail to work with. So yeah. Our step is faster than Hussar. Well, the light cavalry over here are 1.65 and the Step Lancers are 1.6. So it seems like the light cavalry are faster. Such a small difference that I don't think it makes, you know, too much. It has too much of an impact over here, though. The moment you start with the light cavalry to start attacking anything, the light cavalry, you know, the Step Lancer rather, they catch up right away. Yeah, and there we go. The Mango there holding on against the light cavalry over there. We see one of the trebuchets crumble, but it doesn't matter because the castle has gone down from Nicov again. Yep, and that's going to be game over, guys. The only reason we don't see a GG coming up over here is because probably Nicov resigned and then he said GG. I'm just going to take a look at the game and... Yeah, the game is over. That's gotta be frustrating for Nicov, I would imagine, right? He was in a much better position economically speaking, but Vinchester's position over here in terms of map presence, map control, the center specifically, of course, was more than enough for him to offset for this. And once again, right, it's the players. And it's Vinchester then, who's gonna be moving on to the main event, if he can attend. Let's take a look at the achievements over here then, one more time. Was it for military? A better KD for Vinchester. Economy, stronger. Economy for Nicov, collecting about 6,200 extra resources or close to it. And for society, a higher villager max count over here for Nicov, as well as a higher villager final count over here towards the end. There we go. I think he ended up losing the most villagers though. Yeah, makes sense. Well, yeah, Vinchester was in a better position, right? So well played!